World Championships here in Sweden on Platform 2. We have the Masters 3, 93, 105, 120, and 120 plus weight classes. Pardon the delay in our start time. We had some issues with the scoring system, but we're back on track now and have 155 kilo loaded for Morten of Norway in the 93 kilo class. Three white lights, and Morten's in the game. 165 kilo being loaded. And there's Kelberg of Sweden. Anders, 67 years old, started powerlifting at 62. Now representing Sweden, the home nation of the IPF World Championships for 2021.
Bar loaded on 2. Bar loaded on platform 2.
We're not expecting a lot of fireworks with these openers. Everybody just wants to get on the board. But every now and then, travel, time zones, it can affect some of these lifters, and the weight gets a lot heavier than anticipated.
Good lift for Benners on 1.
Looks smooth enough for Anders. Judges agree, 3 white lights. 179 kilo being loaded now for Harry Hagford of Finland. 41 years competing as a powerlifter, 60 years old.
Bar loaded on 2.
Coming in as a number 2 nominated 93. He's hit a 202.5. This shouldn't be anything overly stressful for him.
Good lift on 1. 170 next weight on the bar.
And it's smooth as anticipated. Should be 3 whites, and it is, and he's on the board.
Next weight on the bar, 180 on 2.
Mikael Saccot of Czechia.
Bars loaded on 1.
60 years old, 26 years competing. The number 3 nominated 93 of the field. Opening with 180 kilo on the bar. Depth looks on point to me. 2 of the 3 judges agree. 180 kilos stays on the bar. Roon Johansson of Norway. 47-year veteran of the powerlifting game, 64 years old. We are in the 105 kilo class right now. We're going to jump around from the 93s to the 105s to the 120s all the way up to 120 plus. Johansson, the number 2 nominated 105 of the field.
2 to 1, good lift on 1. Bar loaded on
2 to 1, and it's good. On the board, and thus far, nobody has failed their openers. what you like to see. Staying in the 105s, Ladislav of Slovakia.
Bar loaded on 2.
Ladislav, the number 5 nominated lifter in his weight class.
Good lift on 1.
Competing 33 years in the game. Highly doubtful nerves are going to get the better of him.
Bar loaded on 1 for Rolf's attempt to
Nice
extend
smooth
his
squat.
3 record. Come on, Germany. Good
3
lift
white
on
lights.
2.
And staying in the 105s, Alberg of Norway.
Bar loaded on 2.
Jarli Alberg. 195 kilo loaded for him.
Good lift on 1, 2 to 1.
63 years old, began powerlifting at the age of 50. He's hit 212.5. This should be well within his means. Looks smooth enough. Nope. Depth.
No lift on 2. No lift on 2. 3 reds.
Needs to sink it a little lower. Without a single white, if you have 1 white out of the 3, you can protest, but
2 to 1. Good lift
a unanimous decision that it was shallow,
Bar loaded on 2.
and the door is closed on any protesting. Ron Kilpatrick of Canada in the 105s, opening up with 195 kilo.
Bar loaded on 1.
And that was smooth. That's how you want your openers to appear.
Good lift on 2.
No major struggles there. And Kilpatrick is on the board. Next up is Superman himself, David Ricks, representing the U.S. Virgin Islands. David Ricks began powerlifting 40 years ago in the 80s, won open world championships all throughout the 90s. Now a master and often breaks open world records even in his 50s. A bigger legend in the game you're not going to find. Opening with 265 kilo.
Two to 1. Good lift on 2. 3 white lights. Good
And
lift on
265 is well below David's top end, but it appeared to be a little bit more work than I had anticipated, if I'm honest.
Bar loaded on 1. 170 kilos.
He also got a red light. His squats aren't always the tidiest, sometimes a little high, but it'll be interesting to see where David goes with this second. He is way ahead of the rest of the field, so he doesn't necessarily got to push it much more, but nonetheless, we'll see. Up next, 165 kilo on the bar. We're in a 93 kilo class still. Morten of Norway. Hit his opener, jumping 10 kilo. The number 5 nominated lifter for the 93s. Looks good. The refs agree. 3 white lights, and he's 2 for 2 thus far in the field. We have 175 kilo being loaded for Anders of Sweden. Anders Kelberg.
Loaded on 2 for Kelberg. Well caught on 1 loaders, no lift on 1. Well caught loaders.
Kelberg taking a 10 kilo jump.
Bar loaded on 1.
3 white lights, and it looks like he might even have another 7.5 to 10 in him. It moves smooth. How it felt, I don't know. Mikael Saccot of Czechia. 187.5 kilo loaded for him. 7.5 kilo jump from his opener.
That's a good lift on 1. World Masters 3 record coming up on 1.
Oh, 3 reds. It looked close. It looked like he might be borderline. He's just going to have to sink it a little bit deeper. Harry Hagford's of Finland, 187.5 kilo. 12.5 kilo jump from his first attempt in the squats. 175 moves smooth and easy for him.
Good lift, 3 white lights and a new world record for Rob Campbell on 1. Germany, you must be proud. That concludes the lifting on 1. Minute break on 1. 17 minutes to change openers on 1.
Another smooth and easy squat. I tell you what, he took a big jump, 12.5 kilos, and he probably has another 12.5 in him. At least a 10. Pacing himself well. And we're going to be in the 105s where Johansson of Norway will be attempting also 187.5. Weight moves well. Looks like he's got a lot more in the tank. See what the judges say. They agree. 3 white lights. 195 kilos staying on the bar. His first attempt was 195. Did not get it. Alberg of Norway attempting 195 once again. See what the judges say. 3 white lights, and now he's on the board. Can breathe a sigh of relief, cover some ground in his third attempt if he likes. Ladislav of Slovakia in the 105 kilo class. 200 kilo even loaded on the bar for his second attempt. The 33-year veteran. looking to go 2 for 2 at the IPF World Championships. He sinks it. Oh, just a little too much, though. Good job by the spotters and loaders to catch that. He definitely sunk it, but coming out of the hole, it might be a bracing issue. It might be something he could correct, but it didn't take him long out of the hole before that was a no lift. See if he can fix with some minor adjustments and come back and hit that, but 210 kilo now being loaded for Ron Kilpatrick of Canada, staying in the 105s. Kilpatrick, number 4 nominated lifter coming in. Making easy work, making that look like an opener almost. 3 white lights, and I think that was never in question. He will probably have another big jump in store for himself. Now, David Ricks taking a pretty big jump. They're loading up 282.5 kilo. And considering his opener looked like a little bit of work, I'm a bit surprised.
I'm sure he's going to bring that intensity to the platform.
But sometimes the opener is all you need just to wake yourself up a little bit.
World Masters 3 record attempts. Come on, David.
This is a world record attempt in the Masters 3. David's broken over 40 world records. Ooh. Just a little untidy coming out of the hole. Lost his balance and had to take a step forward. Spotter's got a good catch on there for him.
Okay, next one on the bar is 175 kilos.
It'll be interesting to see if he could gather himself. I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes there with David, but his opener, considering the weight, which usually that wouldn't be any kind of laborious weight for him, it was work. So coming out for that second attempt was definitely a 50-50 proposition. We've seen which way it fell. Maybe he can get it in his third attempt. He has another try at it. In the meantime, 175 being loaded for Morten of Norway. That's work, but he gets it. Judges give it to him, 2-1. That's all he needs, and he goes 3 for 3 in a 93 squat session. Now Anders of Sweden staying in the 93s, attempting 180 kilo for his final squat.
13 minutes to lift off, 10 minutes for openers on 1. Bar is loaded on 2, 180 kilos, Anders Kelberg of Sweden.
If he gets this, it'll move him temporarily at least into the bronze medal position for the squats. First step into picking up a little bit of hardware during these IPF World Championships. Three whites, and he does his part. Still have 4 other lifters to go, though. Plenty more squatting. Speaking of 190 being added for Saccot of Czechia.
Bar is loaded. 190 kilos.
He missed 187.5 in his second attempt and has loaded 190 to jump from 4th to 2nd in the squat event. High risk, high reward. Let's see if it pays off. And the judges like it. 3 white lights.
He's definitely pleased with that one, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's got himself, so far, a silver medal.
Roon Johansson of Norway.
Roon Johansson of Norway. Now we're moving into the 105s.
192.5.
Roon is going to be attempting 192.5 kilo for his third attempt. Johansson, the number 2 nominated lifter overall, sitting at number 4 in the squats. Looks good. 3 white lights. Cruises to a 3 for 3 thus far in the IPF World Championships. Harry Hagford of Finland now up in the 93 kilo class.
Bar is loaded. 195 kilos for Hagford.
Harry has 195 kilo being loaded on the bar for him.
You have 2 attempts.
If he's successful, he'll shift from a bronze medal position to a silver medal in the squat event. And obviously add kilo to that total. Gets the start command. Smooth and controlled, and Harry looked like it was never in doubt in his mind. Let's see if the judges agree. They do. 3 white lights, and Harry goes 3 for 3 in the squats and locks up that silver medal for the event now. Ladislav of Slovakia, attempting 200 kilo again. He missed it on his second attempt. Going to retake that on his third. We are back into the 105s.
Now he may not be coming out for this.
Just been told, he heard it overhead, he might let the clock wind down on this. Nope. Nope. Ever the showman, he will come out.
Let's do this. Come on.
Ladislav taking one more try at 200 kilo.
There we go. Let's see what the lights say.
See what the judges say. 3 white lights, and he does it. He turns it around. Thanks the crowd for the support.
No more changes to B group openers. No
205 kilo being loaded on the bar now for
Alberg of Norway.
Yaro Alberg, representing Norway in the 105s.
Alberg of Norway.
Alberg,
To lift off on
with this, will move from a bronze medal position to a silver in the squat event.
no changes on 2.
Alberg, no.
I'm afraid no live. Red cards from
2 reds, red cards, meaning they thought he cut it on the depth.
on this occasion. 222
It was close. It was borderline. One of the refs gave it to him. We're going to stay in the 105s and 222.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for Ron Kilpatrick of Canada. This is already locked in that he is your gold medalist in the squat event, but he does need these extra kilos for his total. Looking ahead at the projected, he is in the middle of a super close battle. Every kilo is going to count. Him being the big squatter, he needs to gather these kilos in the squat event. And to me, it looks like he's done it. The judges agree 2-1. And you can add 12.5 kilo to his total. David Ricks coming back. The legend, Superman himself, 282.5 kilo getting loaded on the bar. Open with 265. Looked a little laborious for David Ricks anyways. 282.5. Had him a little off balance. Let's see if he can make some adjustments. This is a world record for the M3s. For David, it seems every time he hits the platform, it's something historic. Dozens of world championship medals. Dozens of world records. You know he'd like to add one more. Yeah, it didn't look like it's going to pass from my view as well. With 3 reds, you can't go to the jury. With at least 1 white, you can go to the jury and protest, but in my mind's eye, there really wasn't much room for protesting on that, unfortunately. But he did get his open to rinse, so he will be moving forward. And we will be moving to the 120 kilo class, where Lynn Borg of Sweden will be opening with 140 kilo.
For Lynn of Sweden, 140 kilos.
Oh, wow. Lynn leaves no doubt in terms of depth and hits that with relative ease. He could have took that for 10 reps, it looked like, if he wanted to. I expect a big jump from him for his second attempt. And Gustafsson of Sweden in the 120 pluses, 62 years old, 42 years in the game, opening with 145 kilo.
Racks in on 2. Bar loaded on 2, 145 kilos for Yngve Gustafsson.
Well, it's slow in the descent, but he's fast to rise, and a smooth 145. The judges agree. 3 white lights. Eskild Sommernes of Norway in the 120s. Opening with 160 kilo on the bar.
No more changes to openers on 1.
Oh, it's going to be borderline. We'll see what the judges say. 3 white lights, and they give it to him. He's on the board. 170 now being loaded for John O'Dwyer of Ireland. O'Dwyer, a 120 plus kilo class lifter.
Bar loaded on 2, 170 kilos, John O'Dwyer.
Began powerlifting at the age of 61. Now finds himself at the IPF World Championships, battling for the world title.
Two minutes to lift off on one. First weight is 80 kilos. Jean-Pierre Maya.
Two to one. O'Dwyer's on the board. I knew it was going to be borderline, but he's got it.
2 for Alberg of Sweden.
Alberg of Sweden, we're back in the 120s. We'll be opening at 210 kilo. Jorn Alberg, 65 years old, 45 years in the game.
Jorn Alberg, Sweden.
This is the #1 nominated lifter for the 120 kilo class, Master Threes. Makes easy work of 210 kilo. 3 white lights and the judges agree.
Alberg on 2. Mike Forster coming out now for 212.5 kilos on 2.
Staying in the 120 kilo class, 212.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for Mike Forster of Canada. A retired police officer. Mike looking to get his name on the board.
Bars loaded on 1, 80 kilos.
Well, the weight definitely moved quickly. See how they say about depth. Well, 2 to 1, good enough. And he's got his foot in the door. 150 kilo now being loaded for Lynn of Sweden. 10 kilo jump from his opener. Staying in the 120 kilo class. And we only have 6 lifters here. These fellas are moving quickly. For big men, this is a rather small flight. You know, if you're the head coaches, usually you will adjust. If the flight is this small and the turnaround is this quick, especially for the big men shifting big weight, it might not be the attempts that you're used to when you're competing locally or possibly at your nationals with more lifters. You have to adjust to your day. And this is where in-tab selection is gonna be key and separate them. But 150 kilo relatively easily by Lynn. Interested to see if he takes a much bigger jump on his third and final attempt. Looked like he had a lot more in the tank. 160 kilo being loaded on a bar for Gustafsson, also of Sweden. Now we're in the 120 pluses. And the 42-year veteran looking at another 15 kilo towards his total.
Good lift on 1. Good lift on 1, 3 white lights.
Still look pretty smooth. 15 kilo did not slow him down much. 3 white lights. He looked like he might have another at least 10 kilo in him, possibly more. And Summerness of Norway looking to take a 10 kilo jump from his 160 opener. We're in the 120 kilo class.
Bar loaded on 2, 170 kilos to Summerness of Norway. Two to on 1, good lift.
Oh, a little unsteady while entering the hole. I'm not sure if he hit depth there. See what the judges say. No. Looked like he was definitely shaking while entering the bottom of that squat. Cut it a little shallow to keep himself upright. And John O'Dwyer of Ireland up next with 180 kilo being loaded. We're in the 120 plus category. A veterinarian. O'Dwyer looking to add 10 kilo to his opener. You can hear his coach on the sidelines telling him when he hits depth, but looks like they were seeing something different than the refs. 2-1 say no. It was borderline in my opinion as well, if I'm honest. He did get his first squat in. He's got an opportunity to take 180 once again. Or, if he wants to, possibly even move up, but it's a bit of a gamble.
Good lift on 1. Bars loaded on 1.
Okay. This is Kilpatrick of Canada. Nope, that's Mike Forster of Canada, pardon me, in the 120. So we have 222.5 kilo loaded on the bar for Mike. Nice 10 kilo jump from his opener.
Good lift on 1.
68 years old, the retired police officer looking to go 2 for 2.
Ball loaded on 1.
While he's quick in and out. See what the judges say.
No lift on 2.
It looked like the depth might have been a little close. The weight moved well enough, but he's got to sink it a little deeper. I think the strength is there. If they keep the bar loaded the same, he'll probably hit that on his third. Alberg of Sweden, also a 120, also going to take 222.5 kilo for his second attempt. If he hits this, it's an opportunity to move from second to first in the squat event. This is where Forster missing. If Alberg can hit it, they swap their placements. And Forster actually opting to go to 225 for his third. And that's strategic. If the Swede hits this, Forster can still have an opportunity to move ahead. Oh, nicely done. Alberg, 3 white lights, moves into the gold medal position thus far in the squad event. And we have some shifting in the rankings. Lynn of Sweden now, 152.5 kilo being loaded on the bar. Conservative 2.5 kilo jump from his second attempt. Possibly seeing the limit is coming. We have some discussion on what the bar should be loaded at. I don't think this was a bit of miscommunication with the third attempt, but nonetheless, it's a 2.5 kilo that he could use towards his total.
That's a good lift on one, 3 whites.
And that was easy. Yeah, that was smooth and easy there. 3 white lights. It wasn't the attempt they wanted, but it's 2.5 kilo nonetheless. Can't say no to it. And Summerness of Norway now looking to retake 170 kilo. The laboratory engineer, 35 years in the game at 63 years old in the 120 kilo class, Master 3.
Followed on 82.5 kilos, Jean-Yves Marion of France.
Summerness taking one more shot at 170 kilo. Oh, the depth looked better. See if the judges agree. They do. 3 white lights. And the bronze medal for the squat is what he's going to walk away with. Gustafsson now of Sweden in the 120 plus. Jumping 12.5 kilo for his third attempt. Looking to go 3 for 3. If he hits this, he'll trade his silver medal for the gold in the squat event. Oh, he was. It's an untidy attempt. Yeah, and that's, if I'm honest, that's pretty much what I saw as well. Looks like he'll stay in the silver medal position. And 180 kilo being loaded for John Dwyer of Ireland. We are now we're staying in the 120 pluses. So John already has the gold medal in the squat event, but he could use these extra kilos being sent towards his total. Gustafsson has a projected higher total, but those things can change with an extra 10 kilo on John's total if he hits this. Look to be a little better in depth. See if the judges agree, though. It's still going to be close. It was close, but 2-1 in his favor this time. And he locks up that gold and adds another 10 kilo towards his total. We're back in the 120s now, where Mike Forster of Canada is attempting 225 kilo. He had missed 222.5. This will move him from silver to a gold medal position, if temporarily, in the squat event, because Alberg of Sweden will still be able to come back. He's going to attempt 230 kilo. Now, strategically for the Canadians, if Mike hits this, they bank on Alberg of Sweden missing his third. Mike gets the gold in the squat event and moves forward with those precious kilo towards his total. Couple things have to happen for that first. First things first, Mike needs to hit his 225. It's always bold when you miss a weight and move up, but it is strategic. Now, will the judges like that depth? No, they will not.
No
And
way, two,
I tell you what,
2-1.
if I'm honest, it was definitely borderline. Jeff Butt, the head coach of Team Canada, is going to the jury to protest. You can do that if you get at least one white. It's borderline at best.
Ball loaded on 2:30.
But as I said, that's for the gold in this event, so he's going to have that conversation and see how it shakes up. Now the Swede, Alberg, in the gold
3 white lights.
for the squad event. Looking to add 7.5 kilo towards his total, though.
Bars loaded on 1. 110 kilos.
230 kilo loaded on the bar for him. Depth looks good. No question on that one. Judges agree, 3 white lights. And Alberg walks away with the gold medal in the squad event and some precious kilo towards his total. And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Thank you very much. And make sure you come back in 10 minutes. Quick shout out to Alico and SPD, our sponsors. And we'll come back with the bench press event. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships. We are on Platform 2 where we have the Master 3 men's 93 kilo, 105 kilo, 120 kilo, and 120 plus kilo in the bench press event. Brought to you by Alico and SBD, and we're going to start off with a 90 kilo attempt by Morten of Norway in the 93 kilo class. 37-year veteran. We're not expecting anything crazy with these openers. Morten gets the lift off.
Oh, so close on one, but no lift, I'm afraid. So close, but no lift.
Looks like he completes it, and the judges agree. You get 3 commands in the bench press. It's a little different than the squat and the deadlift. You have a start command when your elbows are locked, head is on the bench, butt on the bench, feet aren't moving. You get the start command. Now, after you get the start command, you can no longer have your butt come off the bench, feet move off the floor, head come off the bench. Lower to your chest. When it's motionless on your chest, you get the press command. And then when you press it off the chest and the arms are once again locked, then and only then will you get the rack command, but your arms have to be locked out and they can't be soft elbows. 3 commands, unlike the squat that has 2, the squat and the rack, and deadlift only has the 1. Harry from Finland with 105 kilos loaded for his opener. Harry Hagfurst.
No lift on 1, 2 to 1. No lift on 1, 2 to 1.
Harry is the number 2 nominated 93 of the Master 3 lifters.
20-minute break on 1 before the deadlift.
Re-racked it, so right on cue, the elbows have to be locked. The official's telling him, lock out the elbows or you're not going to get the start command. It'll be the same at the end of the lift. He needs to have lock elbows or else it's not going to count. The officials like it. 3 white lights. Now he knows the standard, and he can adjust for next time. Ron Kilpatrick will also take a stab at 105 kilo. Weighing in at 105 kilo. Kilpatrick nominated 4th, but if he plays his cards right, he might walk away with a medal overall and collect some in the individual events.
105 kilos, Roon Kilpatrick of Canada.
Kilpatrick had that monster squat earlier. Took a gold medal in the squat event. See if he could add some more kilos in the bench press. A little bit of work, but the judges say he gets it. Now, Kilpatrick, despite being nominated 4th, when you look at the projecteds, and things can change, I understand. Sometimes openers change in the deadlift openers, and who knows how the field's going to shake up as the lifts start going, but it looks like we have a 4-way battle for the gold, let alone podium, depending on how these lifts go. We're back in the 93 kilo class. Kelberg of Sweden. Anders Kelberg has 117.5 kilo loaded on the bar for his opener. Three white lights and it's good. Looked a little bit laborious. I think he wants to go over the handoff with the official. And you want to get that straight with whoever's handing you off. Everybody likes it a certain way, and certainly they'll accommodate and do their best, but it's a rotating a bunch of people. So when you come back out and it's your time to bench press, you should always go over again and again how you want the bar handed off. Don't assume they're going to recognize your face. They do this all day. You want to go over it with them every time you come out. It's not rude. They understand. But you got to let them know. Telling them after the fact is too late. And 130 kilo being loaded for the 93 kilo Mikael Saccot of Czechia. Mikael had a 190 kilo squat. Going over the handoff he would like. And the judges.
One vote. Okay, that is a white light.
I believe those are white lights from the judges. Oh, he got at least one red.
That's 2-1, a good lift.
2-1, a good lift there on platform 2. The lights weren't working for a second there. And this is why you need to have an opening weight that you are sure of. If your elbows aren't initially locked, you need to be able to hover that weight over your chest until you get your elbows locked to the judge's standard. If the bar isn't entirely motionless on your chest, if it takes a few seconds, you need to be able to hold it on your chest like that. Don't gamble with your opener. Make it something you can hit any day of the week under any conditions, no matter how tired, fatigued you are from travel or time zone change. In Ladislav of Slovakia, 140 kilo in the bar for him. Walked away from the squats with a 200 kilo squat. Walking his handler through the process. Had a momentary pause and a sticking point, but he battled through it.
Ladislav of Slovakia, 140 range on the bar for Yaro, Alberg of Norway.
3 white lights. And we're having some discussions about
Bars loaded, 140 kilos, Yaro, Alberg, Norway.
about the handoffs here. Alberg of Norway in the 105 kilo class has 140 kilo loaded for his opener. And he's being warned about the soft elbows. We're having a discussion here. I think he's telling the official, I can only lock out my elbows so much. The official's telling him, you're going to have to hold it to our standard.
Timeout. Sorry, timeout.
And he timed out.
No lift due to a timeout for Alberg.
I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do if he can't lock his elbow any further than that.
140 remains on the bar for Roon Johansson of Norway.
140 kilos stays on the bar. Roon Johansson of Norway is going to come out. We're staying in the 105 kilo class as well. Johansson gets the lift off. And And that was work, wasn't it? 2-1, and he gets it. Well, we're seeing quite a bit of work considering these are openers. Back into the 93s, Superman is going to hit the platform again. 180 kilo being loaded on the bar for the IPF Hall of Famer. Representing the U.S. Virgin Islands. And this is how you do it. He's going to go over his handoffs ahead of time. Ricks move forward from the squad event with just his opener, but he should be able to win this with just his openers. I don't think that's enough for him, though. David wants to have a good performance, even by his own standards. That moves smooth. That moved like an opener should. If I was a little bit concerned with the squad opener, I'm not at all concerned with the bench opener. That was done smooth and nicely. And David Ricks is on the bar, or on the board, sorry. And on the bar is going to be 95 kilo for Morten of Norway. We're back in the 93. We're staying in the 93 kilo class. Bottom of the order now. The Norwegian, a 37-year veteran.
95 kilos, Morten of Norway.
That's a whole lot of work. 95 kilo, just a little bit too much. We'll see if he could do it on his third attempt. He will have an opportunity at it again. But thus far, just moving forward with this opener. Now staying in the 93 kilo class with 110 kilo being loaded. Harry Hegfer of Finland.
Bars loaded, 110 kilos for Harry Hagfurst of Finland.
Harry Hagfurst looking to go 2 for 2 in the bench press event. Harry is in the projected neck and neck for possibly a silver, possibly a bronze. What color will his medal be depends on if he could collect some much needed kilos here. And he does it relatively easily. I anticipate a big jump in his third. That was an easy 3 white lights for him. Back in the 105 kilo class, where Ron Kilpatrick of Canada is going to attempt 110 kilo, a 5 kilo jump off of his opener. And Ron is also in a 4-way battle here. Looking at the projected, we have 140 kilo, 145, 540, 545, 537.5, and 540. That's how tight it is. 7.5 kilos separates all 4 of these men in the 105s. It's a super tight race for the title. And Ron is right in the middle of it. 3 white lights. That's another 5 kilo added to his total. And when the race is this tight, 5 kilos difference between not on the podium, and maybe even a gold.
5 minutes to change openers.
Anders Kelberg has 122.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for him. We're back in a 93 kilo class. Currently resting in the bronze medal position for the bench press. Ooh, that's work though. No, it's coming back down.
Unfortunately, no lift. A 122.5 for Anders.
He does tell the spotter loader though. Good catch, young man. Appreciate it. And we are staying in the 93 kilo class. We're 137.5 kilos being loaded for the Czechian lifter, Mikael Saccot. 7.5 kilo jump for him.
137.5 kilos for Mikael Saccot.
Mikael Saccot is in the projected as a bronze, but he's only 2.5 kilo behind. What color his medal is going to be at the end of the day is greatly going to depend on if he could collect some much needed kilo here. Bigger than just the bench press event. There's a bigger picture. It's starting to form.
30 seconds remain.
Needs to have his hands on the opposite. You can see the rings there. And he can't go beyond them with his grip. The official's just letting him know.
15.
I think you might have hit it nonetheless. Some people get rattled when they have to re-rack and then take it with 10 seconds to go, but that's what happens when you got the Masters. They are veterans. They've been around. Hard to rattle. Now, Alberg of Norway, 140 kilo in his opener. He's going to retake that, but the issue was he couldn't lock his arms to get the start command. You have to have locked elbows to get that start command. He's got a pretty close grip. And you can see from the overhead shot, which is a beautiful shot. Okay, he gets the press command, or start command this time. Press command. And he got the rack command as well. Let's see what the judges say.
2-1 no lift.
2-1 no lift there. It definitely did look a little bit untidy here. The blue, when you have a red light, the blue card means not being able to lock your arms, and you got one of those blues on one of the sides. And the overhead shot we seen, it looked like he was struggling to lock one of those arms. I'm not sure what the situation is, but mechanically speaking, he might not be able to. If he can't get his third bench, he will bomb out. Now, he can go on to the deadlifts and still deadlift, but his total will no longer register, which shakes up a very tight 105 kilo class. Speaking of, Johannesburg in Norway with 142.5 and an opportunity here. Oh, he's fighting for it, isn't he? An opportunity seized? The judges say yes. In Johannesburg, if briefly, in the projected, has moved ahead. Sorry, Johansson. Excuse me, pardon me. And Ladislav of Slovakia. We're staying in the 105s with 145 kilo. 5 kilo jump from his opener.
No more changes.
5 kilo jump in a tight race in the 105s. Ladislav could use these 5 keys. And it moved pretty easy for him, relatively speaking to what we've been seeing. 3 white lights, the judges agree. 192.5 kilo loaded for Superman. We're in a 93 kilo class. 62 years old, the man defies age. 40 years in the game.
Bars loaded, 192.5 kilos for David Ricks, USBI.
And David doing exactly as I was saying earlier, keep telling the handlers how do you want it handed off to you? Do not assume they're going to remember you every time you come out. Even Superman. Gets the handoff. Let's see what they say. 3 white lights. And David Ricks is starting to build up a little bit of momentum. He got 1 squat in, missed 2, and now he's got 2 benches in with 1 to go. A changing of the tide, if you will, moving back at the bottom of the order of the 93s. Morton of Norway will take 95 kilo once again. These are the 3rd attempts now. 3rd and final for the bench press event. Morton struggles, but the spotters jump in for him. Just like the squat and the deadlift, the bar can only go in one motion. It is allowed to pause, but it cannot begin to return to the chest. Once that happens, it is going to be a failed lift. And we're going to move back to the 105s as Ron Kilpatrick will attempt 112.5 kilo, a 2.5 kilo jump from his 2nd attempt. Kilpatrick currently in the bronze medal position for the bench press. This will not change that. However, it is 2.5 kilo that can go towards his total in a very tight race. And he hits it. Looks smooth. Judges agree. 3 white lights. Moving back into the 93s. Harry Hagfurst has 115 kilo loaded, another 5 kilo he can add towards his total.
Loaded on 1.
Harry and the Czechian lifter are neck and neck in the projected totals, and this is 5 kilo he could use if he wants to swap that projected bronze for a silver.
No lift on 1, 2 to 1. Start. Look at that beautiful leg over.
Oh, and that was smooth.
Just look at it.
3 white lights. And it looks like he's got a little bit of gas in the tank there for the deadlifts. Staying in the 93 kilo class, Kelberg of Sweden. Anders Kelberg will be attempting 122.5 kilo. He had missed this on his 2nd attempt. Retaking it here for his 3rd. He's going to walk away with the bronze medal regardless in the bench press event. But this is 5 kilo he can add to his total if he can get it.
Good lift on 1. Bar loaded on 1.
Oh, it's a struggle though. No, returns back to the chest.
No lift on 2. No lift on 2.
Leaves the bench press event with the bronze. And we're back in the 105s. And the Norwegian is facing possible elimination if he doesn't get this 140 kilo 3rd attempt. He's missed it twice. We've had lockout issues.
Bar loaded on 2. Good lift on 1.
Both at the beginning and the end. He will be allowed to deadlift, but he will not be able to register a total if he can't get this 140 kilo. A lot on the line. If he gets it, he is right in the middle of a podium finish, possibly. Oh, Oh, you can see where the issues are to lock out on the left side. I don't think that's going to pass. Oh, and it does. Well, he could breathe a sigh of relief. Sometimes you don't argue and you walk away and take it. And he will have a total after all. And the battle continues in the 105s. We'll return back there later. We're going to go back into the 93s right now, where Mikael Saccot of Czechia is going to attempt 142.5 kilo, a 5 kilo jump from his second attempt. He has the silver medal in the bench press in hand, but he could use another 5 kilo to go towards his total. He is neck and neck with Hagfurst of Finland in the projected. And with the fin breathing down his neck, he could use these extra kilo.
Good lift on one.
Oh, the bar's returning back to the chest, and by missing that, the battle is only that much closer in the 93s for the silver medal. Moving back to the 105s, where Roon Johansson of Norway has 145 kilo being loaded on the bar, a 2.5 kilo jump from his second attempt. He is your projected leader, taking all the accomplished lifts and the projected deadlift opener. If that is to be believed, a lot of lifting left. It's a super tight race, and you know we could use these kilos. Oh, and he fights for it, but did his butt come off the bench? It's hard to tell from this angle. See what the judges say. It did. I suspected it might have. Looks like he might have suspected it did as well, but a moral victory by getting it up, I suppose. Ladislav of Slovakia with 147.5 kilo getting loaded on the bar. This is your gold medalist for the bench press event, but bigger picture, there's 2.5 more kilo onto his total if he can get this. Ladislav neck and neck in the projected. Making it on the podium or off the podium is going to be possibly down to body weight. And then from there, on the podium to a gold could be a change of maybe 5 kilo. That's how tight this race is. Ladislav.
Good lift on one, 3 whites.
Oh, and it looks like he's good for it. 3 white lights, the judges agree.
Loaded on one.
And we're back in the 93s, where David Ricks has 198 kilo being loaded for a world record for a Master 393.
Bar is loaded. Come on, USBI.
Superman looking to go 3 for 3 in the bench press event.
No lift on one, 2 to 1.
Going over his handoff one more time.
Record attempt, world record attempt for David Ricks on 2.
5.5 kilo jump from his second. It's reasonable.
Loaded on 1.
Oh, wow. You know what? It kind of looked like that one moved better than the second to me. And David Ricks picks up another world record. Last count, he was already over 40. I'm not sure where this will put him at, 42, 43, somewhere around there.
No lift on one, no lift on one.
David Ricks has a resume as long as a grocery list. And we are moving into the 120s and 120 pluses, where we will start off the bench press event with 110 kilo for Mike Forster of Canada. Mike, a retired police officer, began powerlifting in his late 50s. Finds himself in the IPF World Championships, where he has a shot at walking away with an overall medal.
No lift on two, no lift on two. Commands. Good lift on one, to the right.
And we got some yellows there. I'm not sure if he jumped the press command or they saw a little bit of heaving.
Bar loaded on two. Bar loaded on one.
But he got 3 reds. It was unanimous. You can't go to the jury. You need at least 1 white to appeal. And there's just no room for that. We got 120 on the bar. Summerness of Norway. Eskild had 170 kilo squat in the squat event. Looking to add some kilos in the bench. And that was as smooth as you'd like to see. 3 white lights.
Waiting for a vote on one. Good lift on one, good lift on two.
Staying in the 120 class, and 120 kilo will be on the bar.
Bar loaded on one.
Lynn of Sweden, representing the home nation.
Good lift on one.
That was a nice smooth opener. That's what you want to see.
Good lift on two.
3 white lights. And John O'Dwyer of Ireland in the 120 plus with 145 kilo as his opener.
Bar loaded on one. Bar loaded on two.
O'Dwyer gets the bar loaded signal from the ref.
Good lift on one. 3 whites.
That's a pretty tight grip.
Bar loaded on one. Good lift on two.
3 white lights. And John is on the board. Gustafsson from Sweden, 155 kilo being loaded for his opener.
Bar loaded on two. Good lift on one. Bar loaded on one.
Gustafsson makes easy work of 155 kilo. 3 white lights, the judges agree. He's happy with it. Back into the 120 kilo class, where Alberg of Sweden is going to open with 180 kilo. This will put him far ahead in the bench press event. And he is really pacing himself for a dominant win in the 120 kilo class for the Master 3s.
Bar loaded on two.
Of course, that's all in the projected, and the proof is in the pudding. Alberg telling the fellas, no blocks today.
Followed it on 1.
Jorn Alberg, 180 kilo opener.
Come on, fellas, you need this. Come on, rip it up.
I'm assuming he's going to get this. With his lead, he does not need to gamble, and that's smooth. That's 3 whites, and that's what I would assume. With a lead like his in the projected, you don't need to gamble with your openers. You hit an opener, you know you could hit any day of the week. No need for any big risk, big reward scenarios when you have a lead like that. Take a smooth opener and make some jumps after that. Now Mike Forster of Canada,
Followed it on 2.
talk about a segue here, did miss his opener. Jumping up 2.5 kilo regardless.
Followed it on 1.
Needs this to keep his hopes alive for a total at the IPF World Championships. He has 3 attempts. This is his second, so he's got another attempt after this if he misses it, but you know that's not the plan.
No lift on 1, 3 reds.
That looked much better to me. Let's see if the judges agree. Judges do agree.
3 whites.
Right back on track. And all of the gentlemen in the 120 and 120 pluses now are on the board in the bench press event.
Followed it on 2.
Lynn coming out with a 125 kilo second attempt, 5 kilo jump. The arm shake, but the bar moved. 3 white lights.
2. Good lift on 1. 3 whites in both cases. Followed it on
127.5 kilo being loaded for Sommerness of Norway. Askild Sommerness. 7.5 kilo jump from his opener.
Followed it on 1.
The laboratory engineer, a 35-year veteran of the game.
Not today, unfortunately. No lift on 1. No lift on 1.
Looks good from this angle. Judges agree, 3 white lights.
Followed it on 1. Followed it on 2.
Moving back to the 120 pluses. And John O'Dwyer of Ireland. Looking to add 5 kilo to his total with a 150 kilo second attempt.
Good lift,
2 to 1, and it's a good lift. Staying in the 120 pluses, and Gustafsson of Sweden will have 162.5 kilo loaded on the bar for him. 7.5 kilo jump from his opener. And this will be a personal best for him.
Followed it on 1. 220 for Anderson of Norway.
And it moved well. 7.5 kilo added to his total, and he's happy with it. There's a personal best he could add. Alberg of Sweden, we are back in the 120s. This is a world record attempt. 190 kilo being loaded on the bar for Alberg of Sweden. 45 years in the game.
And we got a world entry record on one as well. Could we get simultaneous world record attempts?
Kelberg looking to please the home nation crowd with a world record. He looks like he's pacing well on his way to a world title. Can he collect an IPF world record along the way? The home crowd is behind him. Looks like he's done it. We'll see what the judges say. 2 out of 3, good enough. No need to stick around and see why you got the red when you got a world record in hand. And 117.5 being loaded for Mike Forster of Canada, staying in the 120s. Forster missed his opener, moved up 2.5 kilo, hit that, and now is going to take a 5 kilo jump on his third attempt. This is a 4th place bench press, but overall he's projected for a good silver medal. Alberg looks plenty out of reach, but a silver medal at the IPF World Championships is nothing to sneeze at. Waiting for the bar loaded command, and he got it. Lifters cannot get on the platform until they hear bar is loaded.
227.5 for a world entry total record. Germany makes some noise!
Mike, a fairly smooth third attempt. I think he has it by my point of view. Let's see, the judges agree, 3 white lights. And there's 5 more kilo. He's happy with it. Mike rebounding nicely after missing his opener, coming back, hitting his second and third attempts. Now 130 kilo being loaded on the bar for Eskild Sommernes of Norway.
That is a record-breaking moustache. The bar is loaded. On 2, 130 kilos. Eskild Sommernes of Norway.
This is a silver medal bench right here, with Lynn of Sweden still to go. And if he gets it, 3 white lights, and he does. He has the silver locked up because Lynn is actually, even though he's lifting the same amount of weight, weighed in heavier, and tie goes to the lighter lifter. There is no changing of third attempts in the bench press. That is only in the deadlift event. So Lynn is going to have to settle for bronze. I say settle. It is the IPF World Championships. I'm sure he'll be happy with the medal. It's a 5 kilo jump from a second attempt. Oh, his arm shook, but he looked good for my angle, and 3 white lights, the judges agree. There's a bronze medal to add to his collection. Moving into the 120-plus kilo class, where Gustafsson of Sweden will attempt 167.5 kilo. John O'Dwyer will pass on his third.
Bar is loaded, 167.5 kilos. Inge Gustafsson of Sweden. Of Sweden, yes!
The Local crowd is behind him, and he's soaking it up. He's drinking it in like a thirsty man. Let's see if it nourishes him to a 3 for 3 in the bench. This is well over his previous personal best. And if you're going to hit personal best, this is the place to do it. Gustafsson. he's amped up for it. Nope, just a little too much today.
That is no lift for Ingve. One bench remains on platform.
And we're going to go back to the 120 kilo class.
He's from Sweden.
Alberg from Sweden. And the local crowd is getting treats here today by the Swedish team. We got a world record attempt in the 120 Master 3 class. Alberg jumping 10 kilo to the 200 kilo mark, looking to join the 200 kilo club. Previous best is 192.5 kilo. Oh, it's coming back down. Just a little too heavy for him today. He apologizes to the crowd. No need. No need. He put on a hell of a show. And that is your gold medalist in the bench press event. And he's also in the lead for the overall. Speaking of, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Make sure you do join us back in 10 minutes to see the conclusion for the Master 3 lifters here at the IPF World Championships. Don't go anywhere. See you in 10. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships on Platform 2, where we have the 93, 105, 120, and 120 plus Master 3 lifters. And we are starting off the deadlift event. I'd like to take this time real quick to thank our sponsors, Alico and SBD, for their generous support. We're going to start in the 93 kilo class. Morten of Norway is going to open up with 180 kilo.
Do we have a referee that isn't Joanne Barnes, please? Joanne cannot referee because Phil is taking his Cat 1 exam.
We're just going to do a quick swap of the referees here on Platform 2. Making some announcements here overhead. There he is. He's back.
No, not manana. Heute. Okay, we're ready. We've got referees. We've got 180 on the bar. This is the Morten Rick of Norway. Is the bar loaded? The bar is loaded, ladies and gentlemen.
The lifter gets the bar is loaded signal, which means he's allowed to enter the platform. And the deadlift session begins. Nice, smooth, easy, 180 kilo opener there. And that's how you want your opener to look. His total is now secure. Ladislav from Slovakia looking to do the same with 195 kilo in the 105 kilo class.
Bar is loaded. 195 kilos, Ladislav Hony, Slovakia.
Ladislav is in a heated division here. He's within reach of hitting the podium. He's going to have to nail these lifts. Looks like he hit the first one.
3 white lights and a good lift.
3 white lights. His total is secure. Going into the 93 kilo class now. Mikael Saccot of Czechia. 205 kilo loaded on the bar for him.
Mikael Saccot of Czechia.
Mikael in a bit of a battle here for the silver medal. And the deadlift event is going to decide it. 3 white lights for his opener. We're going to stay in a 93 kilo class where Anders Kelberg of Sweden is going to open up with 205 kilo. Smooth enough. 205 kilo on the board for him. Secures his total. We're going to move back to the 105s now, where Alberg of Norway is going to open up with 205 kilo. The hotly contested 105s. Alberg makes his case for the podium finish with a 205 kilo opener. Now it'll be interesting to see with the projected, this is very tight. But some of these gentlemen are opening far below their limit to secure their total and then take bigger jumps from there, while some of the other gentlemen are opening far closer to their limit and will be taking much smaller jumps. This is where the projected doesn't necessarily lie, but it just doesn't tell the whole story. We're going to see how it unfolds. 210 kilo on the bar for Johansson of Norway. Johansson, a little bit of work there for his opener. 3 white lights.
3 white lights and a good lift for Roon. 215 kilos next weight on the bar for Roon Kilpatrick of Canada.
215 kilo being loaded for Roon Kilpatrick of Canada.
Bar is loaded. 250
Roon
Kilpatrick.
with the biggest deadlift of the 105s, at least starting out the biggest deadlift. We'll see how we finish. But has an opportunity to load the bar for the win, and that moves smooth. That's exactly as you want your opener to be. Some of these openers were a little more work than you'd suspect an opener might look. Now, that can happen by the time you get to the deadlifts. You've exhausted more resources than anticipated, and that'll happen to some of these openers. Roon has paced himself well. Harry Hagfurst of Finland now in the 93s, opening with 225. Harry getting cheered on by David Ricks. Thumbless deadlift. Taking it entirely in his fingertips. You don't see that often. You don't see that often.
Next weight on the bar is David Ricks. I can see him waiting in the wings.
David Ricks, Superman, 260 kilo, getting loaded on the bar for his opener.
United States Virgin Islands.
Representing the U.S. Virgin Islands. And there's the classic David Ricks setup. If you watch powerlifting, you're familiar. David looks like he's got a good clean opener, makes easy work of 260 kilo. And that pretty much cinches up the world championship for the 93s and the master threes. 205 kilo now being loaded on the bar for Morton's second attempt, representing Norway. The Norwegian looking to add 25 kilo to his total. This is a pretty big jump, and this is what I was talking about. Some of these gentlemen are opening up way underneath their limit and like to take a big jump on the second, solidify that total. Some of the others open a lot closer. 25 kilo jump. And he handles it reasonably well. 2-1. Judges agree. Covering some ground here. Moving back into the 105s, Ladislav, representing Slovakia, is going to take a 205 kilo second attempt, 10 kilo jump from his opener.
Is he running the clock? He is not. Here he is. Fashionably late.
Ladislav looks like he's in a battle. Gold's going to be tough with Kilpatrick starting to pull away with how easy the opener was for Kilpatrick, but silver, bronze. Oh, Ladislav did pretty good there. He's got some room to grow as well. 3 white lights for him.
212.5 kilos next round about Roon Johansson.
Roon Johansson of Norway now. Staying in the 105s, has 212.5 kilo on the bar. This is a 2.5 kilo jump, which is kind of surprising. That's a very conservative jump in the deadlifts, especially seeing how close this battle is. He's going to need every single kilo if he wants to finish on the podium. I'm wondering if he's letting this thing wind down, if he took an injury or something. Usually when you see 2.5 kilo jump, if you don't put in an attempt by the time the 60 seconds elapses for your attempt selection by your handlers, they just bump you up automatically to 2.5 kilo. That looks like that was the case here. That might be the end of his day, or he might return in the third attempts. But we'll see. This might be some strategy. I guess we'll see when we get there, because he is definitely in contention for a medal in total.
To pick up your photo and video packages from our friends at White Lights Media. They have got a stand out in the hall. Go and visit the Lako for some of the finest tip line.
So the 1 minute elapses, and we're going to move on.
No lift for Roon Johansson.
215 kilo is going to be loaded now. We're going to move into the 93 kilo class where Mikael Saccot of Czechia will be taking his second attempt, a 10 kilo jump from his opener.
215 next weight on the bar, and the bar is loaded. This is the Mikael Saccot of Czechia.
Mikael labors a little bit, but he gets it.
3 white lights and a good lift from
3 white lights, and it's good.
215 remains on the bar for Anders
215 is going to stay on the bar for Anderson Kale of Sweden. We're staying in the 93s.
Kelberg of Sweden.
Anders Kelberg taking a 10 kilo jump from his opener. Oh, a bit of a helicopter motion there for Kelberg, but he straightens himself out and gets it. Let's see what the judges say. 2-1, he gets it, and that has got to be close to the limit. I'm expecting a smaller jump for his third. We're going to move back into the 105s. Yaro Alberg of Norway now. 215 kilo, a 10 kilo jump from his second attempt. And that moves pretty smoothly.
3 white lights.
And he gets 3 white lights, pulls himself into a bronze medal overall so far. Still some lifting to go, though. Roon Kilpatrick of Canada coming up, 227.5 kilo, getting loaded on the bar for him.
Bar loaded, 227.5 kilos for Roon Kilpatrick.
Depending how this moves, Ron starting to pull away from the rest of the pack now. 3 white lights. We're going to move back to the 93 kilo class with 235 kilo being loaded on the bar for a Harry Hagfurst of Finland. Harry jumping 10 kilo from his opener.
"45 seconds. Harry, have you deserted us or are you running the clock for a break? I think it's more likely the latter."
Now we're down to 34 seconds. I see David Ricks at the corner. No sign of Harry. He might be running down the clock. I'm not sure what that means, though, if he's going to come out for his third attempt. He's right in the hunt here for a medal.
50 seconds remain. Once again, ladies and
But that medal's probably in danger unless he takes his at least his last deadlift. He could be conserving energy.
super unique event right here.
Definitely a strategy that has been employed previously.
Timeout, no lift for Harry Hagfurst of Finland.
So that is it. The clock is run down, and we're going to move forward with the 273 kilo second attempt for David Superman Ricks in the 93 kilo class.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are loading the bar to 273 kilos for David Ricks from the United States Virgin Islands. David would like the bar cleaned, please, loaders. He is going for a World Masters 3 record.
This is a world record for the Masters 3 in the 93s. To add to his bench press record that he's already gotten.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bar is loaded. 273 kilos for David Ricks. Come on, this is a world record attempt.
The crowd rallying behind him.
That's one of you.
And it's a smooth pull at that. Put another world record on David Ricks' resume. 3 white lights. We still have one more deadlift to go, and 215 kilos being loaded for Morten of Norway. A 10-kilo jump from his second attempt. Looking to go 3 for 3 in the deadlifts. The Norwegian ranked 5th overall, 5th in the deadlifts, and temporarily will pull himself into a bronze medal position, but still has 4 more lifters to go after this in the 93s.
Third round of deadlifts. So Mr. Frost has quite correctly advised the lifters to clean the bar. This was to clean.
But it is a good attempt selection. You want to pull yourself into a bronze medal position and then just see what the rest of the pack does. We've seen plenty of times you hit your third, the other lifters miss, now you're walking away with a medal. But first, he needs to do his part. Nope, just a little too heavy. Just a little too heavy today.
Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 215 on the bar now for Ladislav Horny, Slovakia.
215 is going to stay on the bar. We're going to move back into the 105 kilo class, where Ladislav from Slovakia is taking a 10-kilo jump from his second attempt. The Slovakian currently in the silver medal position. But in the field of 4, he's deadlifting first. Looks like he locked it out. That's 10 kilo he needs if he wants to stay on the podium. 3 white lights. He's going to finish off with a 562.5 kilo total. Back in the 93s now. Mikael of Czechia is going to attempt a 2.5 kilo jump from the second attempt.
217.5 kilos for the Czechian lifter, Mikael Saccot.
Small jump, 215 was laborious. Every kilo is going to count, though, because the Finn is right breathing down his neck for his medal. Looks like he picked those kilo up. The refs agree, 3 white lights.
3 white lights and a good lift at 217.5. Same weights remains on the bar.
217.5 kilos going to stay on the bar for Anders Kelberg. Looking to swap his 4th ranking for a possible bronze in the deadlift, if he can get this. Bronze medal at stake here for the deadlift event. Kelberg struggling. It's stuck at the knees. Nope, just a little too much today.
I'm sorry, that was just a little bit too heavy. That is no lift, no lift. Next weight on the bar is 220 kilos for Roon.
220 kilo being loaded on a bar for Roon Johansson of Norway. He had missed 212.5. Moving up 7.5 kilo from his missed second attempt.
The bar is loaded at 220 kilos for Roon Johansson.
This will move him into a possible podium finish, bronze overall if he hits it. That's why they want to take this jump. He's risking nothing as he's in 4th out of 4 men, so it makes sense strategically. Even if he misses second, take the big jump. Risk nothing for a big reward if you can do it. But just a little too much. Still well played by the Norwegian coaching staff. 227.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for Alberg. And he is a neck-and-neck battle here. If he pulls this, he pulls himself into a silver medal position, swaps his bronze medal, which is now in hand, and exchanges his bronze for the silver medal that Ladislav currently has. He's got a medal in hand. What color will it be? Depends on this deadlift right now. Looks like he might have done it. We'll see what the judges say if they like his knees. And they do. 3 white lights. And he swaps his bronze medal for the silver, going 3 for 3 in the deadlift event. And we're going to finish off with a 235 kilo final attempt for Ron Kilpatrick, who is your 105 kilo world champion in the Master 3. His final attempt turning into somewhat of a victory lap here, but he'd like to go 3 for 3 in the deads. And I think he might have done it. 3 white lights, and there it is. You're 105 kilo world champion in the Master 3. We're now moving into the 93 kilo class. 237.5 kilo being loaded for Harry Hagfurst of Finland. He had led his second attempt, countdown on the clock, conserving his energy so he could have this pull. If he hits it, he swaps his bronze medal for a silver medal. Will the strategy to conserve his energy pay off? Looks like he hit the payday. The judges agree 2-1. And he gets himself a silver medal. And David Ricks now is our next lifter. 287.5 kilo being loaded for his final pull of the day. Of course, he had broke the world record in his second attempt, so he's attempting to break his own world record here. Needless to say, you're 93 kilo Master 3 world champion. They're giving the legend one last clean before his last pull.
The bar is loaded, 287.5. Make some noise, this man is going to take 2 records in the essence. Come on, David. Come on.
He's digging in his heels for the fight. 273 moves smooth. But this is quite the jump. Gets it down, Commander. Looks like he might have it. And the judges say 3 white lights, and he has it. Add another world record to David Ricks' already well-storied career. Indeed, does he look happy? There is your 93 kilo Master 3 world champion, David Superman Ricks. What a way to close out this session. I hope you enjoyed it. And we actually are going into the 120 and 120 plus kilo classes to see the conclusion of the Master 3 World Championships here. We're going to start off with John O'Doyer, from Ireland, with 150 kilo getting loaded on the bar. Ended off with some excitement of the third pulls. Now we bring it back down for the openers. Hopefully not as much excitement for the openers. Hopefully it's all smooth sailing.
The bar is loaded at 150 kilos for John O'Dwyer of Ireland.
Makes easy work of his opener there. Nicely done. Softly puts it down as well.
That is a good lift for John at 150 kilos.
John is now on the board, solidifying his total.
Lynn of
And 190 kilo is being loaded for Lynn of Sweden. We're moving back to the 120 kilo class. Nice smooth opener by Lynn.
2-1, that is a good lift for Borg and Lynn of Sweden.
Judges give it to him 2-1. The red light with the red card would signify either knees or shoulders weren't pulled back. Bar is loaded with 210 kilo for Alberg of Sweden. Alberg with this lift would solidify himself as the 120 kilo world champion in the Master Threes. And there it is. 3 white lights. No celebrating until he's done. He's still got 2 more lifts. Eskil Sommernes of Norway is going to open up with a 210 kilo opener. Nice smooth opener. That's exactly how you want it to go. 3 white lights, and he's on the board. Solidifies his total. 210 kilo will stay on the bar, but we are going to move into the 120 plus kilo class with Gustafsson of Sweden. Opening it up. Unless there's any major surprises, this also should solidify his win. Three white lights. And the home nation crowd is happy. 222.5 kilo being loaded for Mike Forster of Canada. We move back into the 120 kilo class. Mike will be our final opener.
Bar loaded, 222.5 for Mike Forster of Canada.
Three white lights. Mike is on the board. Moving back to the 120 plus, and John O'Dwyer of Ireland is going to attempt 180 kilo for his second attempt.
Bars loaded, 180 kilos, John O'Dwyer, Ireland.
O'Dwyer with a 30 kilo jump from his opener to his second. And it's good. Again, a big risk, big reward. If he missed it, that's a lot of keys he left off of his total. Moving back to the 120 kilo class, where Lynn of Sweden is going to attempt a 200 kilo second attempt. Far more conservative 10 kilo jump from his opener. Oh, wow. Looks like he's got a lot more left in the tank as well. 10 kilo added to his total. 220 kilo being loaded for Gustafsson of Sweden. We're back in the 120 plus kilo class.
The bar is loaded at 220 kilos for Ingve.
Gustafsson making easy work of 220 kilo. 3 white lights and it's good.
And a good lift at 220 kilos. Next weight on the bar.
225 kilo being loaded. We're back in the 120 kilo class where Alberg of Sweden looking to add 15 kilo onto his total. His previous best was 630 kilo. And with this, he'll add 15 kilo also onto his previous personal best total. Looks like Alberg's having an all-time best day. 3 white lights, the judges agree. Now 225 kilos is going to stay on the bar for Eskild of Norway, attempting to add 15 kilo to his total. Currently resting in the bronze medal position overall. And temporarily moving himself into the gold medal position for deadlifts. Still one more round of deads to go, though. Three white lights, and he's good. 232.5 kilo being loaded on the bar now for Mike Forster of Canada. Staying in 120 kilo class. Mike taking a 10 kilo jump from his opener, which he handled well. Not expecting this to break the bank. Mike celebrating, gets 3 white lights.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Mike is on a roll now. 210 kilo being loaded. We're staying in 120 kilo class as Lynn of Sweden is attempting to go 3 for 3 in the deadlifts. His 200 kilo second attempt moved pretty well. I don't think the extra 10 kilo is going to slow him down much, but let's see. A smooth 210. 3 white lights. He finishes 3 for 3. And will end his day with a 492.5 kilo total. Alberg, the Swede. 230 kilo final attempt here. He had locked up the world title with his opener. Now he's just adding kilo onto his total. Previous best was 630 kilo. Could finish his day with a 650 kilo total should he hit this final deadlift. Oh, wow. Fights to lock it out, but it looks like he probably has it. A little bit of a celebration as he's holding it on top. 3 white lights and finishes with a 650 kilo deadlift, total at 65 years old. Quite the achievement. That was your world champion, and 230 kilo being loaded on the bar now for Eskild. Summerness of Norway. currently in bronze overall, and that will not change with this deadlift. However, he could swap his bronze medal in the deadlift event for a silver if he gets this deadlift. And get it, he does. Yep, 3 white lights. Now 237.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for Mike Forster.
Will be followed only by Gustafsson.
Mike, a silver medal overall, gold medal in the deadlifts.
237.5 kilos, Mike Forster of Canada.
Mike on a bit of a medal haul here. And holds the deadlift at the end for an extra second, just for a little bit of authority. 3 white lights.
237.5 kilos for Mike.
Moving back to the 120 plus kilo class. Gustafsson, the big Swede, 242.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for him. If he hits it, he will finish with a 565 kilo day.
Is loaded. 242.5 kilos, Inge Gustafsson of Sweden.
Gustafsson has the home nation crowd behind him. Oh, there's a little bobble at the top. I don't know if the judges are going to like that. No, they don't. And I'm going to have to agree with them, but a good effort in finishing it there. And I hope you enjoyed. That will conclude the IPF World Championships for the 93, 105, 120, and 120 plus Master 3 lifters here on Platform 2. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the medal ceremony. We'll see you in around 5 minutes.
to come this way a little bit. Forward. Sort of a horseshoe. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the strongest guys in the world, and they are assembled in front of you for your delectation. First of all, they will receive their presentation medals. Okay, do we have everybody? We have everybody. So first of all, the presentation medals. Participation medals, rather. Ably presented by two of Yorkshire's finest referees. If you've never been to Britain, go to Yorkshire. Okay, everyone has the participation medals, am I right? Okay, so first of all, now Raphael was the only man in the 66 kilo Masters 3 class, so Raphael, if you can take your place on the top step of the podium, we will present all 4 of your gold medals to you and crown you world champion. Your squat was 167.5. Where is Rafael Lopez? To the platform, please, senor. His squat was 167.5. Can we see the bench press? It was 82.5 kilos. The deadlift was 200 kilos. The total is 450 kilos, making him your new 66 kilo Masters 3 World Champion. Please get standing for the national anthem of Spain. Fantastic, sir, fantastic. Thank you. And the next category in the can't see the numbers. Would you just be able to make a look? Thank you very much. The bronze medal on squat in the 74 kilo Masters 3 category with 170 kilos goes to Poland's Henryk Hegfer. The silver medal for 185 kilos squatted goes to Sweden's Reino Puska. And the gold medal for 195 kilos goes to Spain's Fernando Jimenez. Well done, gentlemen. Can we move to bench press, please? And nobody needs to get off the podium. No, stay on the podium, guys, because nothing's changed. 110 kilos bench press gives the bronze medal to Henrik Kinska of Poland. 110 kilos bench press and being slightly lighter than Henrik means Reino Puska gets the silver medal. And the gold medal with 127.5 kilos bench goes to Spain's Fernando Jimenez. And now to the deadlift. And nobody needs to go anywhere because in bronze medal position with 190 kilos from Poland, Henrik Kinska. 200 kilos deadlifted from Sweden. The silver medal goes to Reino Puska. And 215 kilos deadlifted means that we give the gold medal to Fernando Jimenez. So finally, the totals. Wait for it. In bronze medal position overall with 470 kilos from Poland, Henrik Kinska. In silver medal position with 495 kilos from Sweden, Reino Puska. And a long way in the lead with 537.5 from Spain, it is Fernando Jimenez! Well done, gentlemen. Please be upstanding once again for the national anthem of Spain. We nearly forgot the fine gifts that our hosts at Aleko have given us to give to the first, second and third. Swag, ladies and gentlemen. Aleko swag, finest in the world. Okay, we now move to 83 kilo Masters 3. Squats in bronze medal position with 155 kilos from the Netherlands. It is Wim Bevers. Oh, look at that. The athleticism. Are we sure that this man is Masters 3? I think we may have a ringer. I'm sure we don't. Silver medal position, 170 kilos squatted. Goes to Norway's Tormod Andersen. And with 232.5 kilos squatted, this is the man with the mustache from Germany. It is Rolf Hampel. Gold medal. Okay, bench press now. Does anyone need to move? We don't know. Nobody needs to move, as you were, gentlemen, because in bronze medal position with 105 kilos from Norway, oh no, we do have to change actually, Tormod Andersen is in bronze medal position with 105. In silver medal position with 110 kilos, it is Germany's Rolf Hampel. And the gold medal position on bench press with 137.5 goes to Sweden's Thomas Ring! Now we move to deadlift. So in bronze medal position with 192.5 from the Netherlands, it is Wim Bevers. In silver medal position with 220 kilos from Norway, Tormod Andersen. And the gold medal on deadlift and a new world record, 227.5 kilos, Germany's Roon Johansson. It was not a deadlift record, sorry. There are many. You did get a record though, right? Our total record. Okay, and finally, the overall. 452.5 kilos. Bronze medal goes to Sweden's Thomas Ring! So glad you got that last deadlift, Thomas. 495 kilos. The silver medal goes to Norway's Tormod Andersen. And 570 kilos total, which I believe is a record, am I right? Rolf Hampel of Germany! And of course we have the gifts from Aleko for first, second and third place in each class, wrist straps, the nice warm hat, and a water bottle. I'm sorry it's not full of absolute vodka, but in 5 minutes it could be. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Germany. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, gents. So we now move to the next category. This is 93 kilos Masters 3. Squat first in silver medal position on the squat from Czechia. It is Mikael Saccot. Sorry, it's been a long day. Czech Republic, bronze medal position, 190 kilos for Mikael Saccot. Silver medal position, 195 kilos, Finland's Hagford. And the gold medal with 265 kilos, United States Virgin Islands is none other than Mr. David Ricks. Thank you, gentlemen. We now move to bench press. In bronze medal position with 117.5 kilos from Sweden, it is Anders Kelberg. Oh, the athleticism! You'll be paying for that tomorrow. In silver medal position with 137.5 from Czechia, Mikael Saccot. And the gold medal with 198 kilos and a world record, how could I forget, goes to the United States Virgin Islands, Mr. David Ricks. And we now move to deadlift. In bronze medal position with 217.5 kilos from Czechia, Mikael Saccot. In silver medal position with 237.5 kilos from Finland, Hegfer. And once again, top of the pile with 287.5 kilos and a new deadlift world record from the United States Virgin Islands, Mr. David Ricks. And finally the totals. In bronze medal position overall with 545 kilos from Czechia, it's Mikael Saccot. In silver medal position with 547.5 kilos from Finland, it's Harry Hagford. And in gold medal position with 750.5 kilos and a new total record, USCI's Mr. David Ricks. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of your new world champion, United States Virgin Islands, Mr. David Ricks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, gents. Next category now. Once again, we've forgotten the gifts that Alberg so generously provided to us. David, you're going to get a hat to keep your head nice and warm. Harry, you're going to get a bottle to put some vodka in, or maybe some water, and some wrist wraps. Yeah, and we handed those out. Okay, we're into the 105 now. Squat, first of all, in bronze medal position on the squat with 195 kilos from Norway. Could you move, please? Thank you, sir. Yaro Alberg! In silver medal position with 200 kilos from Slovakia, Ladislav Horny. And the gold medal on squats with 222.5 goes to Canada's Roon Kilpatrick. Very nice, Ron. We now move to bench press. 140 kilos gives the bronze medal to Norway's Yaro Alberg. $142.5 kilos gives the silver medal to Norway's Roon Johansson. And 147.5. Look how close that was, within 10 kilos on the bench press. Slovakia's Ladislav Horny takes the gold. And now deadlift. And now, deadlift. In bronze medal position with 215 kilos from Slovakia, Ladislav Horny. In silver medal position with 227.5 kilos, Yaro Alberg of Norway. And the gold medal on deadlift with 235 kilos goes to Canada's Roon Kilpatrick. And now the totals. In bronze medal position overall with 562.5, Slovakia's Ladislav Horny. In silver medal position also with 562.5 but slightly less body weight, it is Yaro Alberg. And just ahead, there was only 7.5 kilos in it, with 570 kilos, taking the gold medal and your new world champion, Canada's Roon Kilpatrick. And of course we have our Alberg swag, which is given to each of our podium athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Canada. Thank you, gentlemen. Give a round of applause. Couple more classes to go. We now move to the sub 120 Masters 3 category. Squat first, 170 kilos, gives the bronze medal to Norway's Eskil Summenes. 212.5 kilos gives the silver medal to Canada's Mike Forster. Go Mike. And the gold medal in squats with 230 kilos goes to Sweden's Bjorn Alberg. We now move to bench press. The bronze medal with 130 kilos goes to Sweden's Borg, Lynn. The silver medal, also with 130 kilos bench, goes to Norway's Eskil Summenes. And in gold medal position on the bench press with 190 kilos from Sweden, Bjorn Alberg. And a world record. We next move to deadlift. In bronze medal position with 230 kilos. Look how close these guys were. From Sweden, it's Bjorn Alberg takes the bronze. Silver medal, also with 230 kilos, Norway's Eskil Summenes. And just squeaking ahead with 237.5 from Canada, Mr. Mike Forster. And the totals, the overall, and the opportunity to crown the world champion in bronze medal position overall with 530 kilos, Eskil Summenes! Oh yeah, look at that. That's probably the first time he's done box jumps as an accessory in years. 567.5 kilos gives the silver medal to Canada's Mike Forster. And 650 kilos total means that Sweden's Bjorn Alberg is your new 120 kilos world champion Masters 3. Well deserved, sir, well deserved. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Sweden. Gentlemen, that was awesome. And the last category, last but never least, the big guys, the supers, the 120 plus kilo Masters 3. In silver medal position, on squat with 160 kilos, Yngve Gustafsson of Sweden! And taking squat gold from Ireland with 180 kilos, John O'Dwyer. Moving to bench press now. Get carefully does it, guys. 150 kilos gives John O'Dwyer the silver. And 162.5 kilos gives Sweden's Yngve Gustafsson the gold. Deadlift now, please. Wait for it. Sasha, deadlift, please. Thank you. And I'm sorry. No, you don't have to change places. 180 kilos. Silver medal goes to John O'Dwyer of Ireland. And with 220 kilos, the gold medal goes to Yngve Gustafsson of Sweden. Hold on, whoa there, Camel, because there is one more thing to do. The overall, we've got to crown somebody world champion. Who's it going to be? Sasha, can we see the total, please? In silver medal position with 510 kilos from Ireland, Mr. John O'Dwyer. And in gold medal position, and your new Masters 3 Super Heavyweight World Champion, well deserved, Mr. Yngve Gustafsson of Sweden! Gentlemen, an absolute pleasure, and the sun's even come out. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding once again for the national anthem of Sweden. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving these fine gentlemen a round of applause as they leave the platform in an orderly fashion. You decide what an orderly fashion is, you're on an end.